Morning, welcome back. I haven't seen you since last year. Not sure if you celebrate, but happy 2024 and happy first video of the year. 2023 felt so long and so short at the same time. The last half felt like a YouTube video on 10 times speed. You know, words of affirmation aren't really my strong suit. So to keep things short, thank you guys for stuff. I really mean it, and thanks to our sponsor, Skillshare. New year, new me, new things to learn, or however that saying goes. I know we're a few weeks in and we're already getting kind of sleepy, but it is possible to start 2024 off productively. By joining the largest online learning community for creatives, you've already taken your first steps towards your ambitions. With so many high-quality classes to explore, taught by industry pros who are experts in their field, you get to experience fun and engaging classes that are easy to follow along, whether you're just a beginner or someone who's already an expert. There's always something new to pick up. If you're looking to sharpen existing skills, launch an online shop, or have any other creative endeavors you want to try out, Skillshare's learning paths are a great place to start. A curated selection of classes that flow right into each other to help steer you in the right direction towards your chosen goal. It also lets you discover new teachers and classes you might have not learned from yet. You know, constantly being creative, while fun, can sometimes be very draining, especially when it's your job. Over the course of my time using Skillshare, I've taken plenty of productivity and career-focused classes, but I always make sure that I take a self-care class every once in a while. The Learning Path's Self-Care Essentials, Embrace and Nurture the Real You has been a really helpful reminder to take a second, relax, and realize it's time for a break. There have been countless times that I start doubting myself, especially when I went overboard with work. Getting taught how to unlearn this behavior while not being too hard on myself when things don't turn out as planned has been pretty nice. When things get way too overwhelming, having that extra reminder is essential for getting back on track. Want to start your learning journey today? The first 500 people to use my link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Last time, we explored the looks maxing trend for like 20 minutes and we've barely scratched the surface. We found out that it's basically glow up content mixed with Reddit principles combined with today's MZ beauty standards. The good parts, it teaches you self-care and how to reach your full potential appearance-wise. The bad parts, everything else. Feel free to watch that video if you haven't already. But recently I discovered a whole other community on the Chinese side of TikTok that is just as interesting. Similar, yet different, kind of like finding out your favorite K-pop group has an evil twin. You ever pick up your phone or log onto your computer and think to yourself, kinda feel like throwing something out into the lawless place called the internet by clicking and clacking on a keyboard, and I'm just gonna see what happens. I do that at least once a week on YouTube. Well, according to Dr. Google's diagnosis, you are a netizen, or a fan of NCT. But probably more the first one. It's a term used to describe someone who's actively involved in online communities. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, the proper usage of netizen in a sentence is, she is an avid netizen and enjoys checking up on her favorite websites to see if they are updated, even in the field. Notice how they said she and not Shein. She is a fangirl.
Pull up in the Sri Lanka. What?
Netizens are not individuals who go online for personal gain or profit, but instead actively seeks to make the internet a better place. Sorta kinda debatable. Nowadays, netizen culture has a bit of a negative connotation to it. After we witnessed how unpleasant and awful anonymous users with anime profile pictures can be, especially in Asia, where public opinions on celebrities can be as redundant as making an idol's quirky fast food order at news article, to fully canceling and sending hate comments to a celeb for not smiling after a fan punched them in the face. A lot of people can benefit from taking basic netiquette 101. How to have good manners while using the internet isn't as common as we think it is. I also really like that word, netiquette. It's like the coquette version of Connecticut. There's a trend on Chinese social media where guys will ask for advice from netizens on how to improve the quality of their lives, starting with their looks. Ooh, that's got bad idea and this video written all over it. Bad idea. I want to credit these two creators and their TikToks on the subject. I did try making my own Douyin and Chinese Instagram account, but I was kind of scared to use my real number to register for these platforms, cause I don't know what I'd be clicking. Next thing you know, 200 pairs of eyelashes and Adidas shoes are getting shipped to my house bi-weekly.識聽識講不過唔識 read. Based on previous interactions I've seen with netizens and looks maxing forums, when you put yourself out there asking for advice with a picture of yourself, being all vulnerable, not fitting into any beauty standards, it'll typically go one of two ways. You'll get rated as a 2, bullied, ripped apart in the comments, sometimes in ways that are more creative than anything. Like, I don't know what "you look easy to draw" is supposed to mean, but I know I'd be embarrassed if someone said that to my face. And you can't forget the mandatory comments that don't contribute anything helpful at all. It's over for you, bro. He didn't start mewing at the age of 2. Time to rope max. Or you might be one of the lucky few that goes through an anime protagonist character development arc and comes out even better than before. This guy is Xiao Ai, and his first post on Chinese Instagram was asking for girlfriend advice, since he's having a hard time finding one, while giving netizens free material to make fun of him with.
I have to share this story with you guys. So I started to follow this guy in Xiaohongshu in 2021 December. By the time, he only have one post, and this is his only post. The title is, I cannot find a girlfriend. Where's my issue? And he posts one of his picture in here. And as you can imagine, he received many of comments. And a lot of them are not really nice.
If your appearance is around the below average or average mark and you ask random people on the internet to give you advice, it's like showing up to a tomato convention with a giant target on your face. Netizens will be overly critical of you no matter what, especially when they're anonymous. The person behind the screen could be missing half their face and hasn't showered in a week. They still have the guts to comment on a celebrity's photo saying, mid, they look old and weird. And it's a teenager. The majority of the comments weren't great, calling him poor, fat, ugly, short. Is this a looks maxing forum? When someone that's 5'9" with prey eyes and slim shoulders has to be rated. As we know, Asia has really strict beauty standards. If you don't have pale skin, big eyes, long legs, a good physique, and your face shape is anything other than a sharpened oval, I'm telling ya, it's rough out here for us round faces. Xiao Ai's situation, based on what he told us, is not the most ideal.
And many people ask him about his background, and he is a really general person. He answered all of them. He said, okay, I was born in 96 July. My height is 170 centimeter exactly, and I'm doing a labor job. I earn around 3,000 RMB per month with no insurance. I don't own a house. I have a car. Both my parents are 49 years old. They are making tofu, and they are both not retired. And I have never in a relationship before, but I really want to. How can I get better and get a girlfriend?
Definitely not something most people would willingly share to rabid netizens looking for their next victim, but he still has time to turn things around, especially since he's in his mid-20s? Oh wait, 1996? That means he's younger than me? After a barrage of hateful, mean, unhelpful comments, there was a small percentage of people, mostly women, that offered advice on how he can actually fix himself. Girls supporting girls, that's what I like to see. There's one thing about Asian cultures that can seem quite toxic from an outside perspective. Bluntly commenting on a person's appearance is pretty normalized, even if someone means well, like meeting a friend you haven't seen in a while and them saying,
Oh.
did you gain weight? You have one more extra chin since the last time I saw you. We should hit the gym. Man, I just came here to watch the Hunger Games Resurgence movie. It starts with the parents being super critical of their kid's appearance, which starts a cycle of trauma that does make you funny in the long run. If you're gonna say something rude, at least have some constructive criticism to go with it. The netizens were very critical of Xiao Ai, but they ended up being very helpful. They told him losing weight would help him with his overall appearance, and in 3 weeks, he was 10 pounds lighter. He zeroed in on the helpful comments that would benefit him while tuning out the negativity. He got new clothes, a haircut, put on some contacts, all very doable changes if you have the discipline.
But generally, he is getting better and better, and his confidence is getting boosted again. He even get a photo shoot, which looks really nice. And after posting 2 years in the social media Xiaohongshu, somebody asked him to post a before and after. So he wear the exactly same suit as his first post to show how big of difference he has since the first post. And you can see really big difference. And in the middle, this guy even think about getting plastic surgery. But a lot of people talk him not to. They say, okay, you do not need plastic surgery. You just need to lose a little bit of weight. You just need to get a new hairstyle. You just need to dress better. And you will look fine. And he did.
Actively listening would probably solve a lot of world problems. But being a full-time yapper is pretty fun. This story gives off Tumblr blog post or Reddit vibes. The premise: main character gets bullied because of his appearance and says things like, no one would ever date a loser like me.
I'm surprised you even agreed to hanging out. Girls just usually don't agree to hang out with guys like me.
Until he decided enough was enough. I will not be a beta anymore. He made a Reddit account, went on looksmaxing forums, got jacked, got a haircut, and did a whole magical girl transformation, came to school looking hot AF, and everyone stood up and clapped. He did have a bump in the road when he went on a blind date and she rejected him because of his low income. Xiao Ai then said, how about I fix that by getting 3 jobs? He spent a month getting a nursing degree to care for elderly people, became a car parts salesperson, and started making money from his social media. A few years later, look who has a girlfriend now, and maybe something even more.
The reason why I want to post this story is because this guy get married yesterday. He was never in a relationship before, but after 2 years, he completely transformed himself and he met a really nice girl and he get married.
Xiao Ai did a Getting My Life Together speedrun in only 2 years. Oh my god, everyone wake up. It's time to get our together. I'm only taking 1 nap today instead of my usual 3. I did see a few comments speculating he might have gotten work done as well, based on the fact that he almost looks unrecognizable compared to his first post. I'm also just speculating, in my opinion. I don't think that's the case, unless he said otherwise. There's a beauty term I just learned about called high and low visual weight, which is the correlation between your facial features and your face size. You can find a lot of content about this topic on YouTube and TikTok.
The hottest glow up tip of 2024 is for you to know if you're a high visual weight or a low visual weight.
People with low visual weight tend to have small features with a bigger face, where all their facial features blend seamlessly together, like nothing really stands out and it's all very harmonious, compared to high visual weight, which is the opposite.
You have big eyes, small face. I like it. What's your WeChat?
When your face gets smaller as a result of losing weight, naturally, your features will appear bigger and more noticeable, basically shifting the entire balance of your face, where you can look like a completely different person. Like what in the Snow app rookie K-pop boy group photo shoot is this? There's probably a few beauty filters at play here, since the netizens did teach him how to take better selfies by using better angles. I'm not even sure how these AI filters work, but this technology can make you look like you achieved all your New Year's resolutions in 3 seconds. Did they just show me my work from home face and my going into the office face? Think it'd be really funny if we all showed up to the Zoom meeting with a bold glamour filter on. Everyone does filter maxing to some extent. Even if Xiao Ai did get work done, he looks good and it's pretty natural. You can barely tell he got anything done, if he even did. He also improved all other aspects of his life, and not just the superficial ones, which is what looks maxing mainly seems to focus on. Are the girls the reason why Asian looks maxing and incel looks maxing are so different? Perhaps. Actually, who knows? This was probably a specific case, but correlation equals causation. According to someone smart, probably. Mask fishing is a thing you've probably heard of. This all started when we were in lockdown for 2 years, and people just forgot what the bottom half of everyone's faces looked like. A black mask is the perfect disguise for tricking people into thinking you look a certain way. Surprise! Having a nose and a mouth can sometimes be a jump scare. What in the Armin from Attack on Titan? Wearing masks was already a popular trend in Asia before the rest of the world started doing it. According to netizens, all you gotta do to go from dorky guy to hot idol is to grow your hair, wear a mask, and wear glasses. That's what happened to this guy.
First piece of advice is to shave his stubbles, then switch out from his tight-fitting clothes to baggy jeans and an oversized t-shirt. He got the 3/7 side part haircut, common among K-pop idols, and finally he put on a mask. Netizens screamed, "I'm calling the police. I'll never trust any guy with this haircut and wearing a mask." A netizen said, "Save your doubts. I've used beauty app to add the accessory to prove it's the same person." In the next video, he put on a hydrating mask because netizen told him to take care of his skin. He used a hair straightener to fix his bangs. He looked even hotter than before. Netizen concluded any ordinary guy wearing a mask and half-rimmed glasses can become a half-orc. A netizen took a screenshot of him shaving and realized he isn't ugly if he just covered his nose and mouth. Someone said, "I'll never fantasize about the masked hunk I see on the subway." Someone replied, "You only had a crush on his mask."
Really goes to show the importance of having balanced facial features. Maybe don't invest all your skill points into eyes. And how a haircut can make you go from a couple of Asian dads to e-boys doing TikTok dances in a hospital bed. Lil Huddy, get out of there. People are dying. What even is this picture? And why do I see my future here? There's another instance of an unexpected glow up that happened on Douyin this time, from a Douyin account called Introverted Father and Daughter. The dad made this account where him and his daughter would do dances together to help with her shyness. It was really cute and people enjoyed the content. Then some sicko, just kidding, someone told the dad he'd look better if he wore a black cap and a black mask. So he did. Then someone suggested using LED lights, one thing led to another, and this became a pipeline of Asian dad to thirst trap influencer e-boy era circa 2019. Looking back to that era, was this the actual pandemic?
Inside, a black mask is any man's best plastic surgery. The netizen said, "Don't look at the camera and push your cap down." He put the phone on the ground and focused the camera on his lower body. Someone suggested, bought a couple ambient lights and dance in front of a white background. You'll earn your daughter's tuition back. Of course, the uncle did as he was told. Netizens joked the daughter started as the protagonist in the video and gradually turned into the watermark in the corner. All of these changes happened in less than a month, and Uncle said the best thing is his wife rekindled her passion for him.
Well, good for them. By them, I mean the dad. This Benjamin Button Asian uncle transformation is so fascinating and, in the nicest way possible, unsettling at the same time. You're telling me that all middle-aged Asian men, with an outfit change and a 20% glow up, can become an e-boy overnight? Kinda wanna do this when I turn 50. At some point, no one's gonna know what people's real faces look like anymore. Just like Xiao Ai, he went from middle-aged dad to an ambiguous ageless being who's old and young at the same time. It's crazy when you look at the before and afters of his transformation. All it took was a little piece of black face fabric, new clothes, and some eyeliner to make a whole new person. He could be her daughter's brother at this point. Also, for an Asian dad, he does dance pretty well. He's got more rhythm than international exchange students at the club in their head-to-toe LV. A funny thing I noticed, at some point, his daughter just disappears, and now it's just the E-dad doing his slutty little dances. Has anything changed? Yeah, you pulled a girl's generation and kicked someone out of the group. Hey, that's showbiz, baby. Just look at Destiny's Child. If you're not pulling your weight, Beyonce will leave you at the airport. Must have been pretty awkward telling the weakest link in your group they're getting the boot. But she's just a kid. Hey, we have standards here.
Well, it's either that or you gonna probably miss your flight.
We have nothing against her, but we just felt like we can continue on as a trio, and that's what we're doing.
I'm mostly joking. The daughter does still pop up on their account, also wearing a black mask, just like her dad now. I feel like this is better though, having the dad be the main focus after they went viral. Using your kid for clout on the internet sorta kinda feels exploitative to me. Let her be free to do what every other 10-year-old is doing nowadays. Going to Sephora and buying $80 retinol from Drunk Elephant. The comments on his most recent posts still have netizens offering suggestions on how he can change his appearance to look better. I translated these from Chinese to English using Google, so not sure how accurate it is, but you get the gist of what they're saying. I just have to read some of these. Just enchant me to death. It used to be a children's channel, but now it's a woman's channel. Daughter's classmate, I know your dad, and my mom is your dad's fan. There are speculations they might be an industry plant and this account is run by a bunch of people, but these days, who isn't an industry plant? Not me! I am as real and authentic as a random guy on the internet yapping about God knows what. Sometimes after I finish filming a video, I'll be like, what the hell did I just talk about? If you kick every industry plant out of this country, then who will be doing TikTok dances on the street, Donald Trump?
Oh, that's no. In the sense that, you know what I mean?
While Asian public forums and beauty expectations can be just as cruel, if not worse than American ones, sometimes they're okay. Sometimes. Good thing there weren't any roadmaxing comments that I know of. Still not fluent in Mandarin just yet, other than Ganman shi ba sui. A great rags to riches story always hits different when you see tangible results, especially when you're able to choose your own adventure like the commenters on Xiao Ai's post. Who doesn't like taking credit for other people's success? I know the YouTube algorithm does because of how hard it works. Don't forget to remind it to gua sha and do its daily mewing exercises by giving this video a like. Your engagement lets me know you enjoyed the video, and I'll get to pop up on your recommended the next time I post. I'm thinking for this new year, our goal should be saving plastic and metal by getting rid of knives. Who needs them when we can just cut everything ourselves with our handsome Squidward jawlines? Have a good day, try not to be dumb, and see you in the next one.